I got a word for you today. Holy Spirit said you are in the middle of a shift. Let me tell you how it started. So while I was in prayer, I felt indifferent. I didn't feel hot. I didn't feel cold. I can't describe how I was feeling, but it was just a neutral state. I just felt like I was in a neutral state. And a lot of times when I'm feeling a certain way, I'll ask God, where am I? Where am I right now? And Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, you are in the middle of a shift. When I heard the word shift, for whatever reason, I thought of a manual stick shift. I used to drive a car that had a manual stick shift. So driving this stick shift, you have to go in order. You have to go in order from first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. When you're driving and you're accelerating, you have to go in order. You can't go backwards unless you're slowing down. But if you're going forward and accelerating, you have to go in order. You have to go from first gear to second gear, third. If you take the stick shift out of gear, out of first gear, and you don't put it into second gear, that in-between stage is called neutral. It's neutral. You can accelerate. Your car will eventually begin to slow down, but you can't accelerate if you're in neutral. You take this your stick shift from, say, third to 1 or 2, the car is going to rev so high, like the RPMs and all that is going to go crazy, because you can't accelerate going backwards. And then if you take the shift from, say, first gear and you go into third or fourth, the car is going to be sluggish. It's not going to go. Eventually it'll go, but it'll go sluggish. So the proper way to drive stick shift is to go in order from first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, and fifth. So what I got out of this is Holy Spirit said you're in the middle of a shift. 2025, there's only room for acceleration. There's only room to go forward. There's only room to go from one step to the next step. There's only room to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to climb higher. There's only room for you to go and accelerate and go faster, to go higher. Once you hit fifth gear, you coasting. Once you lock into that fifth gear, you coasting. You coasting. This word came to me at the end of December. And sitting in bed in my prayer, I just asked the Lord, where am I? This word came just before it hit midnight. And so 2025 is your year of the shift. You're in the middle of it. You have no choice but to go forward. There is no going back. There is no going back. It's too late to go back. There's only room to go forward. If you try to go back, it's going to mess up that engine. It's going to make the RPMs. It's going to make things go out of whack. There is no going back. There's only forward. I hope this word resonated with you as it did with me. I know when Holy Spirit gives you a word, it's not just for you. It's for you to share, because I'm not the only one in the middle of this shift. God's got you in this shift too. You are also in the middle of the shift. I hope this word resonates with you and pushes you forward to the next gear, to the next level, to this next year.